Hello, it is Monday, and it is a new weekly reading vlog. I am in a position right now where I hate myself. I've just edited yesterday. I edited and exported my Marvelathon recommendation video. And I'm so glad I decided while I was filming that I wasn't going to do, or while I was like compiling the books, that I was going to ignore all the books that I'd written out that I didn't have a physical copy of, because like I wasn't for sitting editing the video and putting pictures up. That wasn't going to happen. It was over 2 hours of footage, and it comes out to like an hour and a half of a video. Like, why do I hate myself? So I'm glad, well, I love myself because I obviously didn't do that, but still, like, an hour and a half. Do you know how long that thing took me to edit? And then it took ages to export, and now it's taken, how long have we got on? When I initially put it on to process onto YouTube, like upload onto YouTube, it said 90 minutes. It's now on 47 minutes left to go. And I've just pulled all my footage of my vlog from last week over onto my editing software to edit it. And I've got an hour and 52 minutes of footage. What? Why? I mean, I'm about to find out why. But like, what? See, if you film videos, you know this. If you film videos, you know this. Editing you and filming you are two very different people. Filming you is like this person who has so much optimism. And editing you hates that bitch. Me and Jem talk about this sometimes, about how editing you hates filming you. Like, filming you is a dumb bitch and you hate her so much. Like, she can't do anything right. She breathes in the wrong place. She can't pronounce anything right. She doesn't leave a long enough gap to replace what she, like, you'll do a run-on sentence and then you'll be like, I've not said that right. And then you'll say it again, but you'll repeat from a part of the sentence where you then have to catch it in the editing to cut the sentence to add the bit over, which is why sometimes you'll see funny jump cuts in my editing, because I'm trying to, like, catch it where I've said the wrong word to switch it over. And then sometimes you'll think you've said the right thing, and then when you're editing it, suddenly you've said book instead of prompt. One I found yesterday, by the way. And yeah, so editing you and filming you, they're not the same person. They're really not the same person. And right now, editing me does not like filming me. And the problem is, I can't get out of this. This video needs to be up for tomorrow. So I need to edit it tonight. And I've got an hour and 52 minutes of footage. Who is she? Why? What happened? Nothing happened. You didn't do anything. What did I even... Oh, I knew it, like, I knew there was 20, like, clips. I obviously, like, had a meltdown at some point, which, you know, fair. I know, like, I've been having issues with, my EDS, like, this past wee while, and I've been talking about it. I do have, like, a 20-minute segment in this vlog, to be fair, where I'm just talking about medication. I'm not even kidding. Like, there's just a whole section where I'm just, like, discussing migraines and medication for migraines, just to give you perspective on, like, my journey and what I've been through. And I'm not editing, like, I'm not going to take out the whole, like, I want that in there. But I also think I've been doing a better job at talking about books more. Like, I have actually been talking through my thoughts and feelings on books. I want to say better, but I'll probably find, you know, I'll go through editing this and going, filming you is just rambling total nonsense. So, yeah, but that's how I'm feeling right now. I got home, so I have very little milk left. I don't know what's happened. I've gone through my milk really, really quickly, so I was like, I need to go to the shop after work. So I had to shop after work. And I was like, right, I'll grab a couple of things for, like, to tide us over. So I went around Tesco, and then, because I had vouchers to spend at Tesco, because they were like, there was a thing that came through on Club Card that was like, you need to spend your vouchers by the end of February. So it was like fantastic. And it was funny because I'd see a thing that was been like, somebody was like warning you, like, oh, like Tesco are taking away your vouchers by the end of February, like, and they're not telling anybody. And I was like, well, I actually got an alert notification through my Club Card saying that my vouchers will run out at the end of February. So obviously you've just got your notifications off. So anyway, yeah, so I had vouchers to use. I was like, right, I'm going to go and, you know, get some stuff, and ended up getting 2 bags worth of stuff, which is tame for me. But I was also like hungry and very like feeling very weak. So I did that, and then I nipped to Aldi. And by nip to Aldi, what I meant is, so there's the road that ours is on, so there's the turn in for, so you come up over the bridge, over the rail, like there's a railway that goes under, like there's a train station, and there's a bridge that goes over the tracks. And after the bridge, there's a turn in for the new bit where like Costa is, and then the one after that is the bit where the turn in for the bit that goes behind Tesco for their deliveries, and then there's the turn in for Tesco, all on the same side, and then there's a turn in for to go out to the village behind us, and then there's a turn in for Aldi, and then there's a turn in for the cafe, and then there's a turn, like this, like the little cafe that's there, and then there's a turn in for the school, and then a different road that goes to the same village on the outside. And I just missed the one for Aldi, so I ended up in the cafe, and I had to turn around, and then I had to come out, and then I ended up, oh no, the cafe one isn't, so you go, the one that goes to the school, but then you can I turned into the cafe, sorry, that's on that bit, and then it's such a faff. But then I went into Aldi to get biscuit tea, because my friends have been at me about biscuit tea, so I got biscuit tea, and then I came home, and I was so like, that I got in, I was like, you need to get the cold stuff away, and then you can collapse. And then I sat down, and I was like, right, I need food. And I got myself, like, mini fingers as well, like, mini chocolate fingers. So good. And the little fish and chips, like, crisps. So good. Anyway, yeah. Eventually managed to get myself something to eat, some Red Bull, and I was just like, I feel dead. Like, I feel absolutely dead. This is it. This is what's happened. This is how your vlog's this long. Shut up, filming Andy, because editing Andy next week is gonna hate you. Shut up. Edit the vlog. Shut up. Hello, it is Tuesday, and I have just had a frustrating and quite disappointing text from my doctor. So I don't remember if it was this one or last week's, I think probably last week's vlog. I was saying about how they sent me a letter saying about how they would be about my referrals and stuff like that, and my physio and blah 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 blah. And I emailed them back about the referrals and the physio, and how, so rundown TLDR, rheumatology, I went to the doctor and asked for a referral to rheumatology and physio, because rheumatology are supposed to be looking after people with EDS, and I've never been seen by them, and I feel like I need more physio because things are getting worse. And so the doctor was like, yep, that sounds like a great idea. I also want to send you for an x-ray because what's happening with your hip is not normal and not good, and I want an x-ray to have a look at it. So we set that up, and then I got a letter through saying that rheumatology guidance is that they will only take referrals if, so the guidance is that their tick box exercise basically is that you have to go to physio in the first instance, and then if physio fails, they will have a look at you. And I was like, well, I've already been to physio twice, and it has failed, which is why I'm asking to go to physio and rheumatology, like, again. So I was like, since, like, basically I emailed being like, since I've already been to physio twice, will they take that into consideration for their referral? Like, that's all I was asking, like, for the rheumatology referral, like, I've already been to physio twice, so it's not the first instance in regards to their referral. And I got a text today being like, it's been a few years, it's been like a good few years since I've been to, I'm paraphrasing obviously, since I've been to physio, which is true. I think the last time I went was in 2021. It was either 2019 or 2021. Maybe the end of 2020. I think it was either one of those two. Anyway, so yeah, it has been a few years since I've been to physio. Absolutely. And then literally the end of the text was, it would be worth giving it another try. Like I've asked to not go to physio. I know it'd be worth giving it another try. That's why I asked to go to physio. That's why I asked you to send me. You didn't tell me I should go to physio. Like, don't try and, like, turn this conversation around on me. I asked to go to physio, not the other way around. So don't even start that. All I asked was that would rheumatology take into consideration the previous physio that I've had in their referral standards. That was what I asked. Not if I could not go. I still want to go to physio. I still need the physio. Like, that's not a question. Like, I still really, really want to go to physio. That's, you know, so I'm frustrated and upset, and I was sitting at work. I was at work when I got this text from the doctor, and so yeah, I was like sitting at my desk trying not to cry because I am just so, I feel so defeated because now I've got to wait for, and I always knew this was like a possibility. I've got to wait whatever time it takes to get the physio referral, and then however long it takes to do the physio, however long it takes for them to decide that the physio is not working adequately, for them to then get back to the doctor to say, right, refer to rheumatology, for the referral time for rheumatology, which is ridiculous, by the way, and then I've got to wait for that to get picked up, and then I've got to wait whatever time is between that getting picked up and the appointment, and then like whatever it is that to get to see the rheumatologist. And just for some, I know it's a different service, but I have the letter that I have for my neurosurgeon who I'm seeing tomorrow. This letter was written for my appointment on the 19th of December 2023, and I'm seeing him tomorrow, the 14th of February. And that is an appointment that I knew I was going to have last year. Like, they know that I need to see him every year. Like, I was emergency referred to neurosurgery or neurology, and I didn't see them for months. It's a different speciality, I know, and rheumatology are really, really busy right now, so it's going to be months, if not years, until I see the specialisation that deals with the condition that I am officially, like, formally diagnosed with. It's like having a diagnosed heart condition and the doctor saying to you, well, we can't refer you until you try exercising and see if that helps. And if that doesn't help, then we'll refer you to the cardiology department when they know you have a heart condition. Like, that is literally what it's like. And it's like, oh, we know you've tried exercise before, but, you know, it'd be worth trying it again to see if it helps. When you've said, like, you want to try exercise, like, you know. It's the I don't even know if it comes under gaslighting, but it's the making it out like it was her idea and not mine that's really annoyed me. Because, like, I've asked for physio, I've asked for help. Like, I've put off asking to see a rheumatologist for so long because I didn't think I would be listened to. And now I'm having things, like, turned over on me, and I don't appreciate that. And it's actually quite upset me. Because I'm holding on to my sanity right now with, like, my nails. Like, I am that scene in a movie where someone is falling over the edge and you can see the nail marks in the stone because they are holding on for dear life. Like, that is me. And I am my sanity. I can just hear the blink, blink, blink as the nails are coming off. And I just want to freak out. Like, you have no idea what it's like to live in agony every day and be expected to just act like a normal person. And it sucks, and it makes me grumpy and irritable and impersonable, and I wouldn't want to be around me, so I don't understand how my friends and how Kay can be around me all the time. So, kudos to you guys. Yeah, but on the upside, I have a parcel. I've had a few parcels, but I've not shown you any of them because they've not been that impressive. Like, it's just been, like, standard editions of books that I've not pre-ordered, just books that I've been like, can I want that? And like, I finally bit the bullet and bought the hardcover copy of The Bone Bed, which is a Producer Cornwell book that I already have. I just have the paperback and I have the rest of the books in hardback, so I was like, I'm just gonna get it. Why would I use, I've got a nail kit beside me and I almost pulled out like this thing instead of using the scissors to cut this tape, because apparently I am a genius. And also, like, to add insult to injury as well, I am due, as I said, to see my neurosurgeon tomorrow. Or as I described him today, the man who gets to decide if he wants to cut into my head. And I have to go up to a hospital, and this hospital has the worst parking ever. And yeah, it's going to be a total nightmare to get parked, and I'm really, really dreading it. So yeah, I've been dreading that all day. But here we go. Little Fairlook card. Obviously, it's a pre-order book, not a pre-order book, but like it's not one of the boxes. But I am so happy to have this. So this is the Fairlook edition of Bookshops and Bone Dust, and here is the beautiful sprayed edges. I actually like, stenciled edges, sorry. I actually like this, I think, more, like the edges. I like them more than the Legends of the Lattes, just because it's a bigger shape and you can see the colours a bit better. And, oh, it's actually just the end papers from, is this the end pages from Legends and Lattes, or is this the end pages from, oh no, this is the end pages from, I'm getting myself confused, from Bookshops and Bone Dust. And, oh, the little book stack is the same on the back. The little book stack. It's all holographic, obviously. This is beautiful. Yeah. I'm very happy with this. This is beautiful. I've already smudged it with my fingers. Oh wait, no. It's just an effect on the thing. I thought it was a smudge. It is not. Again, they've done the rainbow down the back as well. I'm really happy with this. This is beautiful. I'm so happy to have a matching collection. And it is because of Siobhan. I had totally forgotten that I had mentioned that I was scared of not getting this edition to match my Legends and Lattes, and Siobhan had kept a note of it in their head. And when this came up for pre-sale, Siobhan was like, someone said they wanted this version of Bookshops and Bone Dust, and I was like, it might have been me, but I don't remember saying this at all. And Siobhan was like, no, I'm pretty sure you did. And I was like, well, I do want it because I have Legends and Lattes in this edition. And Siobhan was like, I got you. And so Siobhan bought it and got it sent to me. And obviously I sent the money for the book because, you know, it's my book. So yeah, I now have a matching edition of Bookshops and Bone Dust. I'm so excited to get this on my shelves. And that's another book onto my library that doesn't go onto my TBR. So that is exciting. But yeah, I am going to go get some lunch. Oh wow, they really just like threw this together. This is more to permeate because the pharmacist from my doctor's surgery phoned me and she was like, so you're taking 25mg tablets and you're going to have to take 4 to do the 100mg. And I was like, yeah, I think that math checks out. She was like, would you like 50mg tablets? And I was like, that would be good. She was like, yeah, that would be good. So she did them and set them down and like got them done rapidly. So yeah, thank you for that. It's nice when some people are considerate in their jobs. So yeah, that's what that is. I'll need to update my Maraca box. But oh, that's so annoying because I've already had to spend some of them. Anyway, well, I've only got Wednesday, Thursday because I read it on a Friday. I'll work it out. I'm going to go get some lunch and I'll speak to you later. Hello, I'm home. I forgot to vlog when I got home from the hospital. I've been home for several hours now. So yeah, I had a good appointment with my neurosurgeon. I have two neuros. I have neurologist and neurosurgeon, so I really should differentiate. But I saw the neurosurgeon today, or I saw one of his like underlings, as I call them. So they're not the actual like consultant. They're the advanced practitioners that work underneath the consultants. And they like report back to the consultants. So I saw him today. Cannot remember his name, but he was lovely. We went through like symptoms and stuff. My scans, like just to refresh my old scans and like what to expect in the future and the management that I'm doing for my EDS in general and my migraines and stuff, just because it's all kind of tied in. And like he was really pleased. Like he was like a proud dad, honestly. It was so funny. He was so like reassuring, and I can't remember the word for it, but like it's what I mean when I say like a proud dad. Like he was so like positive and like affirming, and just like there's probably a word for it and I can't remember what it is, but when I told him about being referred to physio, like asking to be referred to physio and to rheumatology, he was like, yep, I think that's the right decision. He also had a physio background, like he trained first as a physio and then went into this. So he was like, yeah, no, I think that's an excellent idea for managing. I think you're doing the right thing. I think I think your instincts are great. He was so happy that the propanol was helping with the headaches. He was excited for the topiramate, hoping that would work, and like he was just so funny. He was such a proud dad. It was quite funny. He checked on my reflexes. He's happy that my reflexes are fine. He checked like all the sensations and stuff, and like told me what symptoms to look out for. And basically they're not discharging me from the service, but they are leaving it open, so I don't need to go back. I don't have to have more scans done, but I have an open appointment. So they're not discharging me, I'm still under their care, but I only have to go back if I have symptoms. So if I start having issues with, like, I lose power to my limbs, like if I have sudden limb weaknesses or like sudden mobility issues in my limbs, or sudden sensation issues in my limbs, or if I now can't remember. But basically, if I start having specific symptoms, my GP can contact them and they will get me straight in, basically, and we'll get in for a scan. Because the problem is that if a syrinx forms, then they'll have to do surgery, but they're only going to do surgery if a syrinx forms. Like, currently, the way my symptoms are and the way my Chiari malformation is, they'll only need to do surgery if there's a syrinx. So that's good. Like, we don't want to do surgery. I had before I saw the neuro, I'd hyped myself up to have to go through the surgery. And when he was like, yeah, we're not going to do surgery, I was like what? Like, this should solve everything. Like, this is the solution. And then when we went through it and we talked about it and weighed up the pros and cons and actually went on my images, not just what the NHS website and stuff says, went on everything to do with my health and stuff like that, it's not the best option at the moment. If I have a syrinx, it's the only option, but right now I'm in a position where, especially now the propranolol is helping with the Chiari headaches, I'm in a they just want to leave me be and hope that nothing else happens. So yeah, we just need to try and manage. And he was saying that it was really important he thinks it's important to go back to physio as well, because he said it's not just about muscle strength, it's about functionality as well, because having strong muscles doesn't matter if I can't use them. So it's when you see bodybuilders versus was it bodybuilders versus something else? People who are just bulky and strong, but they can't do anything. You can lift weights, but you can't actually do anything. And then you get people who don't look strong, but are actually strong. That sort of thing. I don't know what I mean. But yeah, I thought I'd just come on and let you know how that went. But yeah, we ended up running late, and I was like, in the car, I was like jokingly praying to the god of travellers. I was like, looking at you, Hermes. And he was like, who's Hermes? And I was like, the god of travellers. And then I kid you not, the roadworks that we're supposed to be on, nowhere to be seen. Like, the road was clear. There was no roadworks, even though the sign was up to say there was roadworks. The road was totally clear. And then every light we hit was green. Like, it turned green as we were getting to it. So we had no delays, and I got there bang on time. Like, I was technically I was late, but they're always running slightly late, so like the receptionist was just like, meh. I was like, I'm on time for my appointment, but late for checking in. If that makes sense. Like, I got there at 15:15, my appointment was at 15:15, but because I was running late, they weren't too bothered because I was still there in time for the doctor to see me because he was still in with another patient, so they weren't too bothered. But when we got there was like a line out of the car park to try and get into the car park, and like even to the drop-off area, because the drop-off area is in the car park. So like I said there, I was like, I'm really sorry, like the car park was really busy. And she was like, it's a nightmare, isn't it? Like, she was like, it's absolutely atrocious out there. She could not care less. I was like, she was not even remotely bothered that I was running late. She did not care. So yeah. Yeah, it was really good. So, that's good. That's one less thing to worry about. I've got my next day on Monday. And I ended up not buying a book. I did see, there was a book that I almost bought. It was a Josie Silver, I was going to say Elsie Silver, Josie Silver book. I do have One Night on the Island by Josie Silver, and this one was like a New York Christmas book, but I didn't end up buying it because it was buy one get one half price, and so girl math dictates that it would be like the girl math only works if I can get another one for the half price. And there wasn't another book that I wanted. There was other books that I had, like, there was 2 Matt Haig books that I liked. Like, my 2 favourite Matt Haig books were on the thing, and Wildfire, which is a book I really like, was on there, but I already have copies of those, so I didn't need them. So there was nothing else I would have bought, so I put it back because girl math dictates that was too expensive. So I went and got me a coffee and Kay a hot chocolate, and went back to the car, and we came home. Well, we sat at like the little seawall on the tay and had our coffee and chatted about my appointment, and then we came home. And we came home and Douglas was cleaning the bathroom, which was unfortunate because both of us needed to pee. So we're just like sitting here waiting for Douglas to finish cleaning so that we could go pee. And Kay made herself something to eat and then went back to sleep because she's not been sleeping great. Today's like our only day off this week, and you know, she's exhausted. So I was just like, I won't judge you if you want to go back to sleep. So she's a bit back to sleep. And I made myself something to eat. Did I make some? Yeah, no. I did not have something to eat. I had cookies. That doesn't count as something to eat. But they were my reward for going to the hospital. Did I have something to eat? I might have had something to eat and forgotten. But anyway, I've had like a cup of tea, some cookies. I've done a lot of washing that I now need to put in the tumble dryer. We're watching YouTube, and yeah, I'm gonna go because I don't want this week's vlog to also be an hour and a half long. Good morning. It is Thursday. You're getting me in my pretty much most unkempt state. I've not showered. I need to shower. I've not even brushed my hair. Normally when you see me, I've at least brushed my hair. I've literally just pulled out the ponytail or the bun that I keep it in overnight to stop my hair from literally strangling me through the night. And I have had my crumpets, but I've not had my tea yet. And I'm sitting here debating what the hell to do because I got up so I've barely slept. I'm so tired. Like last night, I was gonna vlog and then I didn't, but I was so exhausted I was so exhausted last night. I needed help. I kind of needed help up the stairs, and I didn't think I was going to be able to make up the stairs. I made up the stairs. And then I felt better while I was in bed. But I was just so bone deep exhausted, like even the thought of moving a limb just absolutely drained me. And then I was, like, no matter how I was lying, I was sore, like my legs were sore and I couldn't work out why my legs were sore, and I was really confused. And then through the night, my legs were sore, and especially my left leg, and I was like, this is really weird. I'm not usually sore like this is really different. And like my shoulders now really sore, like up my back and in my shoulder, and I was feeling really sick, and couldn't work it out. Woke up this morning after my horrendously bad sleep with my incredibly, like, I can't even describe the pain to you, how sore my leg was last night. And then remembered that, so with the way we've got our cars parked, it's like we've got 2 cars in the drive that's kind of meant to only have 1 car, so it's like enough room for 1 car, and then there's a path for you to walk up. And so we've got 2 cars parked over that, and they're close enough together that Kay can get in her car, and then my driver's side door is parked on the path so that I can get in my car, because I need to open the door fully to be able to get in the car without injuring myself. But Kay was driving me to the hospital yesterday in my car. I got the passenger side. Passenger side in the UK, if anybody's watching from not the UK, is on the left-hand side, which means I got in right side first. And I do remember a shooting pain going through my left hip as I got in, because I couldn't get the door open. I obviously hadn't parked as far over as I normally did, because normally there's quite a decent gap. But I obviously hadn't parked as far over as I normally do, to give her space to get in her car, because Kay can get into her car with like very little space. And when I got into the car, my leg got, not even like just trying to get into the car, but like my foot got stuck on the gravel, my leg got stuck on the car door, and I had to try and wrench myself into the car, and I pulled my hip out. So I've pulled my hip out of the joint getting into the car, and like I actually screamed, like, getting in the car, and he was like, what? I was like, I'm fine, it's fine. And I managed to like get myself into the car and get it like back in, and I was like, it's fine, it's in, it's fine. Like I was like, I caught my hip, but it's fine, it's in. Thought nothing of it, because we were running late. We were like 15 minutes later than leaving the house that I wanted to be, so like that's all I could think about. So we got to the appointment. I rushed to the hospital, and did the appointment, where he then did like a physical exam where I had to like push against his hand, pull against his hand, that sort of thing. So using the muscles that I just tore to crap, without thinking about it, because I was pumped full of adrenaline because I was running late. And then like we got home, and obviously I started feeling achy, and I didn't think anything of it. And that's the problem with, I think everyone with EDS is different. Like, you get the immediate pain, or I get the immediate pain when something happened, and when it goes back in, you get the relief. And then normally for me, it's like 2 days later, but this has obviously been bad enough that it's like, the minute I've come down off the adrenaline, like, my body's just been like, nah. So then last night, my sleep's been crap, which doesn't help for healing. And today, like, if I don't hold my leg at a particular angle, I've got pins and needles in my feet, and my foot goes numb, which is great. So, because we drive on the right as well, that is also my clutch foot, and I don't think I can drive. So I'm going to have to phone work and be like, I can't get in. Because I had to bump myself down the stairs on my butt today. Like, I've not been upright. I've got I'll show you. So I've got this is the angle that my leg has to be at to feel for my foot. And this walkie thing, this is what I've been using to get around the house. So So I don't know what I'm going to do. I've texted my mum, because Kay's at work. I've texted my mum to say she'll be able to take me to work, but I think the school's off, so I think she's still asleep. Or she's already, like, still in the school run, so she's not answered. Me, I'm going to have to do my work in, like, a minute. So, I don't know what to do. I've had painkillers, and I'm still in, like, a solid, like, 7, 8 out of 10 pain. So, I don't know what to do, and I'm freaking out, and I haven't had tea, so I can't think. So I'm going to rectify at least one of those things just now. Good evening, it's Friday. Finally, the end of the week. Hopefully, this weekend will be relaxing yet productive, and I won't end up burning myself out. Who knows? This weekend, I'm doing sprints with Tori for Series CBR-a-thon, and it is a 40-hour readathon, like, condensed into the weekend. I have apparently lost my mind, so I have been reading Red, White and Royal Blue. I am 150 pages into that. I am 122 pages into A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch. I have 2.5 hours left of the audiobook of Project Hail Mary, which I started yesterday, because why not? I blame Rick. He had message in the Discord being like, has anybody listened to the audiobook of Project Hail Mary? Because the way they do Rocky's voice is really cool. And Vicky was like, I think Andy might have, and I was like, no, I haven't. And he was like, well, I really recommend it. So then I started listening to it, and then now I've only got like 2.5 hours left, so now, you know, might as well finish that. Downloaded that on Audible, and I'm listening to that now. I'm still partway into The Gates of Guinea, and I've not gone any further than that. I've not gone any further in Love in the Island. I don't think I've started anything else. So I'm currently partway through 5 books. 2 ebooks, 2 physical books, and an audiobook. I feel like I'm missing something as well. I don't know if I'm partway through something else as well, an ebook or audiobook. Like, apparently I've just lost it. And lost all track on my reading. But it's fine. It's been a week. I can't remember. I don't know if I told you what happened. But I caught my foot on my door on Wednesday and pulled my hip out my socket. It just kind of came out a bit and went back in again. And which obviously, like, stretched the tendons and everything and the muscles in a way that they're not meant to stretch, and it, like, subluxated a bit, and so now it's, like, extremely painful. Yesterday I couldn't really move my leg. Today it's better. I was at work today. I took my rollator and I was just, like, rolling about if I had to go anywhere. And otherwise I was just sitting on, like, my desk chair, and then had, like, my leg up on my rollator. It's really annoying because my leg feels really weird just sitting out all the time, and I want to bend my leg, but whenever I bend my leg it really hurts and I can't get comfy, so that's fun. But I'm just gonna have to suck it up and wait for it to just heal. I forgot to take painkillers earlier, so I'm waiting to do that now, but I forgot that they were over there, so now I'm gonna have to get up again and get them because I'm an idiot. I did, however, get myself water to take them with, so there's that at least. And I got myself a little chocolate bar snack. These are perfect for me. I found these in Tesco. There's, like, a pack of, like, 9 of them, and they're just, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. They've only got 4 little bits, 4 little, like, cubes of like, chocolate. I don't like loads of chocolate. Like, I could probably have one of these, like, one cube, and then be satisfied. Like, I don't like chocolate that much. Well, I like chocolate, but, like, it's so sweet that it makes me feel sick, like, really quickly. So, like, when I open a bar of chocolate, it takes me ages to eat the whole thing. So, like, these little ones are perfect. So, yeah, I'm really chuffed about that. But I'm going to go and finish Project Hail Mary because it's, like, the back of 9, and I want to finish it. And then go to bed, and then I'll wait up to do sprints. I've just knocked something over. What have I just knocked over? Oh well, I'll find out soon. I've knocked something over. Hamish is like, what have you just knocked over? Yeah, I'm gibbering, so I'm going to go to bed. No, I'm not going to go to bed. I'm going to go finish Project Hail Mary, then I'm going to go to bed. Do you know what, actually, I might take my painkillers and go to bed and finish Project Hail Mary in bed. Maybe that's a better idea. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Hello, good afternoon. It is just not long after afternoon. That sentence got away from me. Sorry, yawning. That sentence got away from me, apparently. Yeah, I have been up since like 9ish, and this lighting's not for me at all. Alexa, lights on. Okay. That doesn't make it much better. I need to do something about these bags, but I don't know if anything bar like whatever surgery celebrities are getting to make them look made of plastic is going to help me. Anyway, but I finished Project Hail Mary. I didn't finish it last night because I ended up like stopping and starting so often that it got to like after midnight and I still had just over an hour left, and I was like, I'm absolutely shattered. And I fell asleep listening to it, and I was like, nope. And it was, I still had like I said, just over an hour to go, so I was like, no, I'm not trying to force myself to stay awake to listen to this. So I got up this morning and finished it, and I forgot, I didn't forget how much I liked this. I liked this a lot more on reread than I did the first time round. I think because I didn't know what to expect the first time, and now that I don't know what it was about knowing what to expect, I really enjoyed it. Like, I really got to enjoy the relationship they had with Rocky without actually learning something new. I really enjoyed the audiobook. Rick was right, the audiobook's really good. The way that they use the sound distortion to do Rocky's voice, because Rocky is uses tonal language, so they use like a tonal distortion on top of the narrator speaking to sound the language, to sound like the tone. Yes, Hamish, we all have to know you're here, thank you. Can I help you? What do you want? What do you want? Do you just want attention? Do you just want attention? Is that what it is? He was sleeping soundly, and then I started talking, and he came running down off his thing, and then jumped up on that seat, and then back down, and then back over to me, and then over to the other side of the room, and that's when he started doing the sneezing, if you heard it. And now he's looking at me. He wants to jump up on my seat, but he can't jump up on my seat, because then he leans against my sore leg, and it's really, really sore, and he doesn't understand that he's hurting me. He just thinks I don't want him here, and it hurts his feelings, and I feel really, really bad. But it's really, really sore. Like, I can't even tell you. You got an itchy bit? Yeah, you got an itchy bit. Anyway, yeah, I really like the way they did that. It is really cool. But yeah, because I knew roughly what was, like, I never remember books in their entirety, and there was so much of this that I didn't remember, that I got to, like, I knew roughly what was going to happen, but I didn't know the intricacies, so it was like, I got to focus on, I knew the general story, so I got to focus in on other bits this time, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So I get to focus in more on it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I absolutely loved it. I just love Andy Weir's writing. I love the characters that he creates. And I still giggled at the start. Like, I love the start of it, where he's like, he wakes up and he's like, he doesn't even know his name, doesn't know anything about himself, and then, like, he's working it out, and he's like, I like kids. I don't like where this is going. And he's like, teacher, I'm a teacher, it's fine. Okay, whew, that's a relief. He's like, but, like, imagine being a rational person with no clue what was going on and just having the thought, like, I like kids. And you're like, It was like, teacher, grab onto that, like, grab onto that thought, like, nothing else. Like, this is why I like kids. This is a good reason to like kids, not another reason that might be more disturbing as to why I like kids. But, like, oh, I love Ryland. I think he's a great character. He's so funny. Honestly, see, if you have been thinking about reading this but aren't sure about it, I really, really recommend it. I really recommend reading the audiobook alongside the physical book, because there are bits in this that I feel like, so because he's on a spaceship, there is space language used, so like I had to look up, because I was like, I was saying to Kay, I was like, I love astrophysics, like I really love learning about and hearing about astrophysics, but like I don't understand what they're talking about when they're talking about velocity. Like, I understand velocity is like speed in relation to something, so like it's, so like, for example, like speed in general, like your car, if your car is going 15 miles per hour, it's going 15 miles per hour in relation to the ground, which is going 0 miles per hour, right? But your car's velocity is different because the Earth's velocity is different. The Earth's velocity is not 0 miles per hour. And they measure velocities in seconds, or meters per second, which is a totally different measurement. But they also measure velocity, because velocity is movement. So it's not just like, miles per hour is a measure of like distance covered, but like velocity is like, you're also talking about, so like, right. So for example, if you've got two ships, the way they work it in The Martian, for example, they've got two things that need to be at a zero velocity. So they're both moving, but in relation to each other, they appear to be not moving. So they've got zero velocity in relation to each other. But they're still moving, right? But if you're accelerating, like, so one is, if you're trying to, like, but in Project Hail Mary, oh my god, this is what I mean, I guess, so, like, tongue-tied trying to explain it, and I don't really understand it fully. So he's talking about how he's moving, and they're moving at 15 meters per second, and I'm like, why do they keep saying per second? And I had to Google it, because I was like, I don't understand it, and then they're saying per second, because they're moving at 15 meters per second, but also increasing at that speed every second. So for every second, they're moving at 15 meters. They're moving 15 meters every second. But every second, they're also increasing that speed by 15 meters. So it's like doubling that speed. Like, they're accelerating at 15 meters per second, which means that they're continuing to, like, so it's like exponential. Like, how do physicists do this? Like, physicists' brains are something else. So, like, I kind of get it, but I can't explain it, which means I don't understand it. Like, so I get it, but I don't get it, you know? So, like, I would say maybe, like, if you're reading it, the audiobook and, like, the physical book would be a good shout, because I think it needs, like, extra input for that sort of stuff. But unlike The Martian, this isn't quite as, or for me, I don't think it's quite as science heavy, because like, Ryland's not an astronaut. I know he's in space, but he's not an astronaut. It's literally called Project Hail Mary. If you know what a Hail Mary is, you know he doesn't need to be an astronaut. Like, a Hail Mary, if you don't know, is like a last ditch effort. Like, you have no other options. You're throwing a Hail Mary at it. You're throwing a, like, fuck it. Like that is the option. So he is basically the last person who is an option to help save the Earth. Like, he is the Hail Mary. The ship is the Hail Mary. Like, well, the ship is actually called the Hail Mary. But, like, the whole operation is a Hail Mary. Like, they have very little time and very little options. And so he is not an astronaut, so he doesn't understand the orbital mechanics and stuff like that. So the computer does all that. Like, the computer does all of that. He doesn't need to understand it. He's just like, cool. And a lot of the time he's like, I need to do this. And he's like, what if I do this? Okay. And what if I do this? Cool. Right. Okay. I'll figure it out later. He's a biologist, and he is a physicist, but he's a biologist as well. So, like, there's more biology in it. But, like, is, I don't know, it's just, whereas Mark is an engineer and a botanist and an astronaut, so there's a different kind of science in it, and he's more on the side of like trying to remember what is happening and then trying to figure out like what's going on. It's more, I think what I'm trying to say, this is a whole mess. I think what I'm trying to say is Project Hail Mary is less about the science, more about the humanity of it. More about Ryland figuring out what's going on and the scientific, this is such, like, this shows so much of like science that you don't get to see, in the sense of like the trying and the failing and the frustration and the I give up. Well, I suppose Mark Watney does that as well. But like, I give up. Okay, no, I don't give up. Let's try again. You know, I don't know how to describe it. I really enjoyed this so much. And I love Rocky. Rocky's an engineer, not a scientist. So whenever science comes up, he's like, I don't know, you're the scientist, you tell me. And it's like, same Rocky, same. But, well, I mean, I am a scientist, so I really shouldn't be saying that. But I'm not a physicist or a mathematician. I'm a biologist and very loosely a chemist, so I'm not in the... So I understand, like, the microbe side of it, but I don't understand the evolution side of it and some of the chemistry, but I don't get the physics side of it. Anyway, this is turning into a whole messy ramble. Next up. So I'm already partway through this, as we know, and I'm already partway through this. So I'm going to read this on sprints. I'm already sitting on sprints backstage. I'm going to watch Smash's vlog. I've just watched Becca's unboxing, and then I've got Jem's vlog. I'm going to watch them today. I'm going to finish this hopefully today. I'm like halfway through. No, I'm not even halfway through. Am I halfway through? I'm like 150 pages through. And it's like nearly 400 pages. So I'm almost halfway through. I'm like a third of the way through. And I'm like a third of the way through this. So, ideally, I would like to at least finish these today. If, at most, finish them this weekend. I think I can at least finish them this weekend. If I really get my head down, I could probably finish them today. Because Red, White and Royal Blue is a reread. So I reread things faster than I would the first time reading them. Because I feel like that just makes sense. Like, you know, like, I've reread Red, White and Royal Blue a few times, so I read it faster because I know what's, like, I don't know how to explain. Apparently, my brain's falling out of my head. I blame Project. Why? Why is this happening to me? Right, yeah. Basically, rereads go faster than first time reads. I think it makes sense. I can usually articulate a reason behind that, but apparently today I have no brain. So yeah, I'm going to go before I just start spouting off even more nonsense and you question why you're even here. So I will speak to you later when hopefully I find my brain. Hello. It is slightly later on Saturday and there's been like a day. So I finally have this package, this book that was meant to be delivered on the 11th, and there's been a whole fiasco. So, for some reason, the shop that I bought it from put the wrong address on it. I put the right address, I checked my emails, when I got the confirmation email through, it was the right address. They have printed out the label with the wrong address on it. And so, it got delivered to one of my neighbours. I actually got the wrong direction. I always thought it was that direction, but it was that direction. Thankfully my neighbours are smarter than like the majority of people apparently, and they knocked on the door as we were starting the next sprint, and were like, "We got this delivered," and the husband knew that it was me, apparently, which is quite funny because. Well, for a start, obviously, like, I got the wrong direction. There's a rip in the... It's fine. There's a rip in the jacket, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter, it's just a small rip. But, yeah, it's funny because I thought like I said, it was the wrong direction I was thinking in, and it's actually, there's a little blue pitty that lives in that house, and his name is Zeus, and he is the sweetest little bean, and sometimes they're walking him when I was getting ready for work, and like as I was leaving to go to work, I think when I was working at the doctor's surgery, so like when I was getting ready to leave at like 7 in the morning, he was usually walking Zeus past the house, and he would like come up because he walks him off lead because he's like the most well behaved, sweetest dog ever, and he came up the driveway. He comes up the driveway to like see me. When he sees me, and he like the tail's going, the butt's going, the shoulders are going, like the whole body's wagging. And it's like pet him and talk to him and stuff like that, and talk to the owner, and he's just, honestly, Zeus is just the sweetest little thing. And there was one time like Hamish was in the driveway, and Hamish isn't really good with other dogs. Yes, sometimes he's not, and Zeus like came up, and Hamish like reacted, like he growled at him in warning, and just was like, cool, so I'm just gonna leave. Like he immediately was just like, okay, I'm gonna go, which is exactly like, this is why he's allowed off lead and Hamish is not, because Zeus understands, like he understands limits, he understands boundaries, and he respects them. I love Zeus, he's such a cute little dog. But yeah, it was that neighbour, and they knew who we were, and well, the wife didn't. She was like, yeah, Ian knew who you were, so she was like, we just drop it off as we go past, because they were going somewhere, and he was like waving from the car. I was like, oh, thank you, thanks. That was really cool, because I was just like, I was literally just bemoaning to the sprints about how I was going to have to get dressed and go and get the book and stuff. But yeah, so what I got is my copy of Iron Widow, my hardcover copy of Iron Widow. I have pre-ordered Heavenly Tyrant, so I got a hardcover copy, why can't I say that, of Iron Widow to go with it. So yeah, not ready yet. I have 2 copies already. It's fine. I love Jiren, so not mad about that. Yeah, very, very happy about that. So I'm going to go. I am now on to reading Red, White and Royal Blue. I want to at least finish this in the sprints, so I'm going to stop talking and get to reading. Good afternoon. It is Sunday. I'm currently on sprints with Tori, Emma, Siobhan and Bobby. Yep, I knew I had everybody. Jem will be joining us later, and sorry, Hamish has just rolled up on his back. He's all paws in the air. I'll see if I can get him. I don't know if you can see him properly, but he's got his little feet in the air. He's so cute. Anyway, yeah, I had to put my book down mid page because this is an enemies to lovers. Like at the end of the last book, she literally yeeted him into another country. Like actually, like properly, like beat him up and then punched him so hard that he flew over the mountains and landed in a different country. Like, they really, he has no memory. Like, he's lost all his memories, but she knows that they're, like, he tried to ruin her best friend's life. And, they've just stopped at this, this hotel, motel, Holiday Inn situation. Please tell me someone got that reference. But there's only one bed. There's only one bed. I love that. This is enemies to lovers, only one bed, forced proximity is my trope. And this is what's happening. They're like enemies to lovers, forced proximity, only one bed. It's my trope. It's my trope. It's my thing. It's my favourite trope. Tropes is plural. Anyway, I'm loving this so far. It's really good. I feel like I would enjoy it more if I had been reading it more consistently, but I've been dipping in and out just because I've been, I don't don't know what's been happening. I've just been kind of like in and out of it. But my plan is to finish this today. I've got about 200 pages left. And I'm like reading it quite quickly. Like the pages are going by quite quickly, which is... He's so cute, I can't go over it. Sorry, I've just looked over him again. And then the plan is to read The Hating Game, which is over there. But yeah, I also need to shower for work tomorrow. I've got my x-ray tomorrow as well. My leg is so sore, like my left leg is so sore, and that's not even the problem leg. The problem leg was my right leg, and now I've done something to my left leg. I am actually genuinely concerned. But yeah, I'm going to go get reading and update you later. You know when you're like 1000% sure of something, and then like reality just like slaps you in the face and is like, nah, you're losing it. I'm having one of those moments because I swear, I'm going to have to get Kate to literally move furniture when she's home. I swear I had a strip of painkillers that I was using. I swear. And I can't find them anymore. And I've looked down the side of the couch. I've looked under the pillows. I even found the post-it things that I lost. And a bookmark that I didn't even know I'd lost. I swear I had a painkiller. Oh, I just twisted my leg. I don't even know what the hell I've done with them now. Like, I think I'm losing it. I mean, anyway, while I'm here, I finished A Demon's Guide to Going a Witch. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to take some painkillers, and then next I'm going to read The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and then I'm going to go in the shower once the painkillers kick in. Ow. Sorry, I just put weight on my leg, but I need to wait for Kate to get in because, I'm worried about getting stuck in the shower because of my leg, but I'm really confused as to where this painkiller, because like I took the painkillers on stream, and I don't know where they are. It's really weird. Guys, I think I've lost it. Hello, it is much later on Sunday, and I remembered for once that I need to finish vlogging. We are still on sprints. It is... Alexa, what time is it? Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 10:02 p.m.
10:02 p.m. I should have known that because we've been live for 10 hours and 2 minutes. So, yeah. So I finished, I think I said to you, finished The Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch. This got 4 stars. It didn't quite hit me the same as A Witch's Guide to Fake Date a Demon. I still really enjoyed it. I am enjoying my hair right now. It's very fluffy, and I'm liking it. It's still actually quite damp, which is annoying. But it's fluffy at the same time. I really enjoyed this. I think if I'd like one-shotted it, or like, I don't know, I would have liked it more, but as it was, I didn't enjoy it quite as much. I did enjoy it though. However, I then started The Hating Game, and I don't get the hype. I DNF'd it at 38 pages in. I read ahead, and this character is a caricature. I imagined her as a 1950s/60s housewife with one of those, is it transatlantic accents? You know, the ones like, I can't do it. It would be ridiculous if I tried to do it. But you know, one of those like 50s American commercial, 60s American commercial women where they sound like American accents, where they sound both American and English at the same time. That's what she sounds like in my head. And like, I understand why this is a film, because it's very like, it's written like she was trying to write a film, and it just doesn't work for me as a book. It doesn't work. This character is so unlikable that she is not redeemable, and that was 38 pages in. I do not like her. I am not rooting for her. I hope she falls on her face and fails. Sorry. Yeah, I don't like the writing style. I don't like the voice of the main character. I don't like the voice of the writer. It's actually like the style of the writing is just enough that I wouldn't read anything from the author. Like, I don't like the style that it's written in. Like, it's just not for me. It's too, I don't know, it doesn't fit with me at all. Like, the style of the writing just doesn't fit with me at all. Like I say, like, I don't know anybody who doesn't love this book. I don't know anybody who doesn't love this book. I've never met anybody that doesn't love it, but it's so jarring to me. Like, the style just does not fit well with what I like about books. Or what I like about writing style. I don't know what it is, but I know she's not, like, I know they're not necessarily meant to be likeable characters, and I can get along with books that have unlikable characters. Like, I get that. Like, I can get behind that, but there's something about the writing style that just does not do it for me. So, yeah, DNF that book. So, yeah, here we are. I'm now gonna start Daughter of Sparta, which is the last book that I brought down. My pile is no more. These are the last. Oh, where did we go? These are the other two books. My pile is no more. This was the last book in my pile, and this is a Greek myth retelling. It's the story of Daphne and Apollo. Again, this is one of the ones that I reserve the right to DNF. I mean, I reserve the right to DNF any book that I read, but it is one of the long shot ones where Vicky was like, this is one of the books that I don't know if you, like, you might love it, you might hate it. So, you know, it's a kind of like semi-recommendation from Vicky. And this is also the book that I chose for Vicky's pick for my jar. So Vicky was my pick out of the jar, and her choice for me was Sleeping Giants, which I enjoyed. I gave a 3.5 star, I think. And this was her prompt, or this is what I chose for her prompt. So we'll see how I get on. Hello, good evening. Guess who forgot again guess who almost forgot again that they had to finish the vlog before going to bed. This is given. It's like, you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah, so I DNF'd the Hating Game. I finished Demon's Guide to Wing Witch. I started and got 70 something pages into Daughter of Sparta. I'm enjoying it so far. It's going very quick, and we're moving, like, the pacing is really, really quick. So I feel like I'm going to get through that quite fast. Currently, it's seeming like it's going to be maybe a 3-star book, which I'm not mad. It could go better. Like, it could improve. I don't know. It's not wowing me so far, but I'm only 70 odd pages into the book, which sounds like it should be a lot, but it's really large. It's quite large text, and so far it's given, like, YA. So, I'm willing, like, it's going so fast that I'm more than happy to, like, continue reading it. It took me less than an hour to get 70 odd pages in. So, you know, I can beast that in, like, after I've been reading for, like, 12 hours today. So I can probably beast this out pretty quickly. I have got my stuff. I am going to bed. It's past midnight. I'm going to bed. I am. I'm going to bed. I know, Tori, I know, I'm going to bed. I need to take these books upstairs as well. That's me heading to bed. Let me know how you did this weekend. If you took part in the Weekender for the Series TV Marathon, let me know how you're getting on in Series TV Marathon. Anyway, I have hit my first bingo for Series TV Marathon. So I got a line right down the bottom. DNF in the Hating Game was the one that got me the bingo, because DNFs do count. I asked Tori, and she was like, yeah, count it. If you want to let me know that you are here, I don't know why I'm brandishing the books like this. I am very, very sorry. If you want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to leave a comment, leave me the little sleepyhead emoji with little Z's, because I really should be in bed and I'm going to be tired of work tomorrow. So yeah, this is me going to bed, I promise. Good night, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye!